Hey guys, this is my first video about MCQs explanation. Here I have explained to you my first three MCQs and I will explain all the MCQs that I have already uploaded on my website. As you know all that this is my first video, so if you find something wrong or missing, please do let me know by sending a message on my Instagram account or by dropping your comment on YouTube. One more thing, if you want to give any suggestion or wanted to know about something, anything regarding pharmacology or something else, please do let me know about that. I will try to explain. For more videos and information, do subscribe on my channel and follow me on Instagram. Thank you. So guys, let's start with the first MCQ. As you are seeing on the screen, which of the following antihypertensive drug causes severe hypertension in massive dose? First option is methyl dopa. If we talk about methyl dopa, it's a hypertensive agent that is used preferably in pregnancy and also used in patients with renal insufficiency because it does not decrease blood flow to kidney. If we talk about its class, it's a alpha 2 agonist and its mechanism of action is to stop the adrenergic outflow from CNS that results in a reduction of peripheral resistance leading to a decreased blood pressure. The second option is clonidine. Clonidine is also a central alpha 2 adrenoceptor drug. So its mechanism of action is the same, just like methyl dopa. It reduces tonic sympathetic output from the CNS, and that is very effective in reducing hypertension. If we talk about bethanidine, it's a derivative of guanethidine. It also a alpha 2 adrenergic agonist. These are also called sympatholytic drugs. Bethanidine decrease blood pressure that has two functions. The first function is it causes suppression of renin secretion and also interfere with the function of a sympathetic nervous system. The next option is guanethidine. As I told you above about bethanidine, that is also alpha 2 adrenergic agonist. Guanethidine is an antihypertensive drug, acts by stopping the release of norepinephrine into the synapse. Guanethidine decreases the reuptake of norepinephrine by the nerve terminals, so decreases the sympathetic tone. The fifth option is reserpine. If we talk about reserpine, during the synthesis and release of norepinephrine when dopamine is formed, this dopamine is transported in synaptic vesicle. This is transported by a transporter that is called amine transporter system. This transported system is blocked by the reserpine. So answer of this first MCQ is clonidine, because clonidine also has a peripheral alpha 1 agonist activity. When dose is increased, it loses its selectivity of alpha 2 agonist. So when dose is increased, it started working as alpha 1 agonist. That's why it causes hypertension in massive doses. Moving to the next MCQ, as you are seeing on the screen. So first option is the acebutolol that belongs to beta blockers family, and this one is beta 1 selective agent and used mostly in the management of ventricular arrhythmias. It is also a sympatholytic drug. This drug has a intrinsic sympathomimetic activity. The second option is lidocaine. Lidocaine is a local anesthetic along with the property of antiarrhythmic drug. It is an antiarrhythmic drug that belongs to class 1B, and it's a sodium channel blocker. The third option is procainamide. Procainamide, its mechanism of action is just like quinidine, and it's also an antiarrhythmic drug that blocks sodium channel, and it belongs to antiarrhythmic class 1A along with quinidine. The fourth option is quinidine. Quinidine is also an antiarrhythmic drug and belongs to class 1A along with procainamide. Its mechanism of action is when it binds to any receptor, it causes open and inactivation of a sodium channel, thus preventing the sodium influx. The fifth option is verapamil. Verapamil is a calcium channel blocker that is also used to treat hypertensive patients. If we talk about its antiarrhythmic class, it's a class 4 drug. Answer of this second MCQ is quinidine. Why quinidine? Because there is a term called synchronism. This term is attached generally with quinidine because in synchronism a patient observed double and bright lights that disturbs him. And this also causes prolongation of the QRS complex and increase QT interval. The answer of this MCQ is D, quinidine. Moving to the third MCQ, the first option of this MCQ is tamsulosin. Tamsulosin along with alfuzosin are alpha 1 selective inhibitors, and these are adrenergic drugs that are mostly used for the benign prostatic hyperplasia. What is benign prostatic hyperplasia? That is there is a prostate gland in which the prostate size increased or enlarged. Then it started, when its size increased, it started blocking the urine because urethra passes through the center of prostate. Then it started blocking the urine. So if we talk about the mechanism of action of this drug tamsulosin, it started relaxing the muscles of the bladder and muscles in the prostate to unblock the passage of the urine. And the second option is desmopressin. Desmopressin is actually an antidiuretic hormone. There is another drug that is called vasopressin. Both of these drugs activate V2 receptors. V2 receptors are located in the renal collecting tubules, that their function is to reabsorb the water from collecting ducts. Moving to the third drug, that is finasteride. Finasteride is a 5-alpha reductase inhibitor that is also used in the benign prostate hyperplasia, and this drug stopped the conversion of testosterone to dihydrotestosterone. The fourth drug is sildenafil, that is a selective inhibitor of phosphodiesterases. The fifth one is terbutaline, that is a short-acting agonist of beta 2 that is used as a bronchodilator drug. So guys, its answer is tamsulosin.